Big garage day. I think we're gonna use these plastics, these graphics. Might try to retro out the bike today. I'm gonna save that for another video. What we have over here is Trek Rail 5. I think it's a 2020, 2021. I got the motor out, and that's because we've been having a little bit of a problem. Sometimes the problem starts after a mile, sometimes the problem starts after 2 miles. And this is the problem. This is what the Purion display does. So in a nutshell, you start pedaling a mile in, 2 miles in. Either way, every single time the bike goes on and off. You can pedal, but you have no power. You can reset the battery, doesn't help. Gotta get this fixed, can't have this. Few things. The Purion display, which is on the handlebars over there. I replaced the 2 little CR 2016 batteries, the little watch batteries that go in that. I replaced that. I've tried to mess with the latch. I've removed it, did a few things. I put this little foam piece in here. What I think is happening is the battery's disconnecting, and I say that for good reason because I even took it to the Trek dealership. They ran diagnostics and they can't even find the error messages that I'm getting, which is 532. One time I saw error code 500, and basically I think it's a disconnect from the battery. So taking out the motor and everything is pretty easy. A lot of this stuff is like the display cables. One of these wires goes to a headlight wire, which is not enabled on this bike. So I also capped off. I thought maybe it was the headlight wire because they kind of leave it open-ended. I ended up taping that off. So what I think is happening is, here's the charging port. I removed that. Everything looks good there. What I think is happening is I think this thing's just totally clapped out. It's got divots in it. I don't know if that's normal. These are known to maybe go bad. Bike has about 2,400 miles on it. It wasn't used too bad. And when I say it wasn't used too bad, you can see here different modes. It was mostly in tour, but it has a brand new battery in it too. That's another thing. So I bought this bike used from a bike store. It has a brand new battery in it. I don't know if they knew about the problem or not because it worked fine there. And so today, out for delivery is a brand new Bosch battery cable harness that goes from the battery to the motor. I'm going to replace that and we're going to go for a test ride. All right, so a couple hours later, check this out. This is the new one. She's looking pretty damn clean and new. This is the old clapped one. She's got divots from wear and tear in it, grime built up in there, and then who knows about the rest of it. So I'm going to install this real quick. Let's go see if that fixes it. So I'm noticing, I popped this into this tray and I'm noticing that it doesn't wiggle around as much as the old one. So I'm looking at this and you can see from the weight of the battery, this one's even worn out on the edges. So pretty sure this is our battery disconnect issue between those pins. This whole thing being worn out. This one's in there much tighter. This new one, oof. So just a little word of advice. Once you get that plugged back in and screwed into place, make sure all your wires are nice and tucked out of the way. You only need about this much coming out from the bottom of the frame here when we put the motor back in to plug those in. All right, so then you put your 6 bolts in, bolt your motor down. You're gonna want these wires right behind that metal piece. And then you're just ready to put your cap on and you'll be all done. There you have it. Last but not least, I'll put my wheel back on. So some of the tools you're gonna need is this T20. This is a T20. I think those are called Torx head. Then you also need the Torx 40, T40 head, and a 2mm Allen key. All right guys, I'm out here and the bike seems to be working fine so far. I'm gonna go 10 full miles, so I'm about a mile in, and I'll check back in at 5 miles with you guys. All right guys, I'm reaching a point of my ride where I know I'm at about 5 miles. This is where it always glitches up. I don't know if it was like I come to a stop, but she seems to be okay. I'm even gonna shut it off, turn it back on. Yeah, everything seems fine. If it doesn't glitch, it's fixed for sure, 100%. I'm using this little section here for bumps to test out the battery, make sure if it jiggles around a little bit. So I'm hitting some off-road sections too. This is a cool little area of town, but it's all vacant. Everything's been closed off because they're tearing this down, unfortunately. There was some nice restaurants and things here. I think it was like a mall. Brookwood Village, but it's all empty now because they're gonna tear it all apart. It's too bad. But whatever they're building here is gonna be really cool. It's like built on a hillside here. Let's rip through Target real quick without getting hit by a car. Fired up. And the e-bike, everything's working good. Yeah, we got these EV charging stations. What a good place to do a photo op. All right, fam, we're back in the garage. Did about 11 miles. There's nothing wrong with the bike. So we're gonna call that one fixed for sure. And then what I'm gonna look into next is ways to de-restrict this thing, because I think it's a federal regulation. They all cut off at 20 miles per hour. Well, we need at least 25 miles per hour, maybe even 30 out of it. Not looking to go 50, not looking to blow the motor up. If you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe.